Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Hope everyone's doing all right out there. Today we are on the Valley of the Old Farm Billionaire series. I'm your host, Fields and Skylines, and hopefully everyone is doing all right. Um, it's been quite the month of March. Let's take a look at the review of the March finances. As you can see, we sold a lot of products: butter, cheese. Um, we did some contracts, sold some eggs, sold honey, sold a bunch of liquid fertilizer, melons, extra milk, and olives. And some syrup. I really wish we had somewhere to go with that extra milk. We could have put it in either of our two dairies, but they both had plenty. I'm really trying to work out how to get that aged cheese factory. The problem is, I'll talk about what the problem is after we go through the rest of these finances. So once you add up all of our income, that comes out to be about $181,847. But we did have expenses, lots of expenses. As you can see, like wages, water, production costs, all normal. Um, we property maintenance. We had to buy some lime. We bought a piece of land for 145,000. Of course, all the precision farming that goes with it, and then we repaired a bunch of vehicles for about $8,000. So our total expenses were 173,151. So we still had a positive cash flow month, which is good. Uh, always good to have positive cash flow. So we do have enough money right now. We could put down the uh, aged cheese factory, but when we take a look at some of the priorities here for like June, July, and October, these are some pretty big costs. And when I have July here, it's not like that we're buying it in July. Um, well, it could be that we're buying it in July and in June, but these are like when these costs really have to be hit. Because that wheat field is going to be ready to harvest in July, and so we're going to buy it. We want to buy it so we can harvest it. So that's $172,000 we need by July. Also, um, in June is when we do the barley harvest, and we want to jump on getting the sheep pen, chickens, all that stuff. So, as we take a look here at um, our costs, then in October, of course, we want to buy the soy production so that all of our soybeans can get turned into soy drink. But when we add all this up, if we add up everything we want to buy just for June and July, it comes up to be about $276,000. So we're in April, and there are a few contracts there that we're going to do that'll help us make some money. Um, Obviously, selling cheese and butter and all the stuff that we sell when we sell it will help us make some of that money. But it's a lot, right? 276,000. It's gonna be tight. We still have to repair our tractors and stuff like that, all of that type of stuff. Um, so yeah, so that is why I haven't put down the aged cheese factory yet. Although I know it could help us make money, um, more money than just selling off our milk. So that is kind of where I'm trying to figure out what is the right thing to do. And because the big one is that field. Like if we can't get the sheep pen or the chicken coops down right away after we harvest that barley field, okay, not a problem. We can wait a little bit, uh, but getting that wheat field is big priority. So, so that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. Um, Thanks for listening to the financials update. I'm going to do a bit of a jump cut here and get us ready to start taking care of our April duties. We'll talk more about what we're going to be doing this April in a little bit. So I'll see you out in the yard. All right. So we are back. Excuse me. And we're ready to go. We are planting soybeans in this field. We are using our row planter because I think it might be a little bit bigger. I don't know. Oh, let's take a look and find. Let's see what we got. Header. Had header last time, don't need it, but let's take a look here. Our seeder is, where's the width? 6 meter. Planter is 12 meters. So yeah, so it's twice as big. So we will be getting twice as much done. So that is why I have this out. We are on soybeans. I have crop sensor on. We're going to lower, we're going to turn on, and we're going to go. So in this month, we are definitely going to plant our 2 fields with soybeans. Why soybeans? Because we can turn it into soy drink and maximize a profit if we can afford to buy the soy plant. So that's why I'm doing soybeans. Corn is a good profitable crop, but I don't think we're going to be able to get the dryer or the malter, or any of the other corn type things that we can get, like the flour mill that can do corn flour, and stuff like that. So that is why I'm going with soy. If this was just a normal playthrough, I'd probably do a soy and a corn and whatever, but right now we're going to maximize our potential of money so we can get growing faster, and so that means right now it's soy. Eventually we'll start getting things like canola, because we're going to need it for like oil or for the fuel depot. We'll need it to make mayonnaise, things like that. But right now, soy is how we're going to do this, and we're going to do 2 fields of it. So that is what the first half of this month is going to be. Second half of this month, we're going to do some contracts. I don't know. I know we're doing one for sure. We'll probably pick a couple. Just because we want to, maximize money as best as we can, just so that we can keep growing. Because if we're not growing, we're failing. And we don't want to fail. So, but I think we've been doing pretty well. Like, I'm not a very aggressive farming player. As you watch my other videos, I don't spend money very quickly. And I think in this playthrough I have been. And that's what I'm fearing, is that that's what I was talking about earlier. Like, I know we have to have, in time to harvest that field in July, $172,000. And I'm pretty sure we'll get there. I'm not too worried that we will get there or not. Just because I know we're going to sell clothing, and that's going to get us quite a bit of money. So the sheep pens and all that stuff, I think we're going to have enough for all of that. So yeah, I got to keep spending money. I keep telling myself, don't worry, we're going to have enough. And I keep worrying that we're not. So I got to keep pushing. And I think we're going to buy, I know I've been talking about the H cheese factory, which would be helpful. But I think we're also going to have slurry or problem. So like if we take a look, you know what, I want to get a worker going. We can look at some of that. So let me get this headwind done, and then I'll kick off a worker. But I think, we're going to have a manure and slurry problem. We can put a little bit more in our home brew and make a little bit more herbicide and fertilizer, dry fertilizer, which doing soybeans, we really don't need a lot of fertilizer, because I don't think we put any on. Soybeans don't need any nitrogen, so we only going to be using fertilizer on our grass fields and our alfalfa field. So for now, we don't really need a whole lot of fertilizer, which is okay. Which is why I'm really thinking if we could get either like the manure pellet plant or the urea plant, because then we can turn those two manure and slurry into a more profitable. What? Let's just keep pulling that through all the way into a more profitable endeavor. So I don't know how a worker is going to go on this field, but let's just go ahead and try to line one up and get it going. So if we look here, right now we have um, 78,000 liters of slurry, and we have probably pretty close to that manure as well. And if we go to our productions and look for our home brew, we definitely could put it all in here, or at least a big chunk of it, and keep getting more and more of these ingredients. And I'm not against doing that, but we also have the ability to do a couple things. I think I blew right by it. So there's this manure pellet production. We can't do the separated liquid manure because that's for the pumps and hoses, and I don't have that DLC. And I was thinking about buying it, but I don't know if I want to buy it just for this playthrough, especially since I just pre-did the I pre-ordered the FS22 bundle one thing, so I don't want to spend any more money right now on this DLC. But we can do this one, and we can turn manure into manure pellets. And manure pellets sell for a little bit better than manure. But then we can also, if we keep looking, there is a um, heat, heat. Where is the heat? Here it is. So we can pop in manure pellets, and we can get heat, electrical charge, and ash as byproducts, as well as things we can sell and really start making more money. And then, of course, with the urea, we can turn slurry into urea, and then urea can become herbicide, I believe, part of the herbicide productions. I don't know where the herbicide productions are. Probably past. Here it is. Yeah, so we need urea along with acetic acid and water to produce herbicide. So we already are producing herbicide in the homebrew. So I don't know if I would save the urea or just sell it. Um, I'm guessing down the road, herbicide will get us more money, but I think we're okay on that. So the urea and the manure pellet cost, let's take a look and see how much those cost. Productions. Look. So the soy plant is 80,000. That's definitely on our list. So the heating plant, which is that final jump down, looks like it's $237,000, which is a little bit more than what we want to spend right now. The fuel refinery, which is something we do want to get into, is 125,000. Something we can start taking our olives to. But let's get to what we really want to get to, and that is the pellet. Here it is, 75,000 for the manure place. So I think that's something that can be on our list to go 75,000 as that initial step, because we can also there's also the pellet press, which does like the hay and all of those as well. So It does hay and straw pellets, which you can then use for the heating plant. But I really think those are the places we want to go. Another thing that I want to kind of get into for winter month possibilities is go back into productions is the jewelry, gem uh, mod. I don't remember who did it. I will give them credit once I look it up. But you basically have uh, you start with the stone quarry. You then take them to the stone wash, and it gives you pay dirt. And then you take the pay dirt to this metal and gem refinery, and you get gems, gold, and silver, and diamonds. And then you can take that stuff and turn it into jewelry. And it's a pretty good money maker. But as you can see, it's a expensive investment because basically you have to spend over $300,000, almost $400,000 to get anything of value coming out of it. Like stones, yeah, you can make stones and sell them, and you won't make any money. But if you turn them into pay dirt, yeah, you can turn that pay dirt into and just sell the pay dirt and get a little bit of money. But really, it's right here where that income is really gonna benefit you. And I have a place where I want to put it, but I don't think we'll be able to get there quite in time for this winter. But here, let me go stop what this guy's doing because it's not getting the job quite done. Let's go fix up some of his misses. So yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking for next set of productions. But like I said, you know, that 175,000 piece of land that we need to buy, along with all those extra sheep and stuff. Um, kind of priority. Plus, once we start getting more wool, we have to either build another grannies or we have to um, buy the other clothing factory. Uh, they basically, uh, so they basically process. Well, I don't know how to say this. So Granny's takes two wool and makes the clothing, and it does that 1,440 times a month. Uh, the other clothing factory that we have on the map takes four wool and makes a clothing, and it does it 2,880 times a month. So the clothing factory uses more wool, double the amount of wool, and it produces. Um, so how I want to say this? So basically, the amount of clothing that grannies can make in 2 months is the amount of clothing that the clothing store makes in 1 month. But the clothing store uses more wool to do it. So that's why I think putting more grannies down is the way to go. I really do. But like right now, our sheep, I think our sheep can keep grannies going without stopping. I don't know for sure because I don't remember how much wool we're getting. Because you basically need 2,800 wool, almost 3,000 wool, I should say, to almost 3,000 wool to keep grannies going. I think we're getting pretty close to that. I think we get about 23, 2,400, something like that. I don't know, with the 100 sheep. So it's pretty close. It's not quite full. I don't know what that balance is. I don't know if it's maybe like 300 sheep, maybe 3 grannies for 400 sheep, something like that. But we'll have to find that balance and keep it going, because clothing is a sell it once a year for a big profit type of thing. And if we can make, I don't know, a few $1 million a year selling clothing, that would be great. We basically need to make, oh god, if we could be making 7,000, 8,000 liters of clothing a month, storing that, we could get close to a couple million, 2, 3 million. So yeah, with those thoughts though, I am going to crack on here. I'm going to kick off time lapse to do the rest of this planting and the rolling. So I will see you all when the work is all done. all the planting and rolling is done. We're just on our way to sell some melons and eggs. We almost had a full pallet of eggs, so I would just sell it, even though that's not full, it's almost full. So we had some problems though on that planting. Um, our our planter, we take a look here. It's a modded planter, and it went through a bunch of seed. Now, it's hard to tell because like it only holds 3953. So I am going to hang on to it for another planting season, and then maybe we can swap it out if I feels like, because it does rolling and stuff too, and it can even mulch. So it's like it'll save us mulching. It can do all that stuff. Um, so yeah, I want to keep it, but it seemed like it used a lot of seeds. But then when I see here that the capacity is less than 4,000, maybe that's right. But I feel like it used way more seeds than it should have. So something to watch the next time we use it. Like I said, I'm not going to get rid of it right now because, like I said, we don't need to really plant corn or anything like that anytime soon. So, oh great, it didn't separate the eggs and the other thing out, 37.6. So I'm going to have to figure out how much 1,000 liters of melon are, because that is the one thing I can know I had just exactly 1,000 of. So 1,000 liters of melon, 3,557. Did I miss something? Let me look in finances and see if we get money somewhere else. No, we didn't get money anywhere else. Huh. So 3,557 is what we got for our, no, melons should have been 4,081. Uh-oh, I think we didn't get paid for something. Hmm. Right, I'll have to figure out the finances on this one. Pretty sure I should have made, um, according to this, at the restaurant, 4,081 on the melons. Unless I missed the melon price and that 3,000 was what it was telling me for the egg. Let's see what we were supposed to make for the egg. Eggs at the restaurant, 1,575. So it should have been around 5 or 6,000. So 4,000 plus, 75% of that, which should be another almost 1,000 liters. So yeah, I don't know if we didn't get paid for something properly there, or I missed something. May have to rewatch the game footage to get it. It's a good thing we are recording tonight. So yeah, but I think I'm going to wrap up the episode here. Next episode, it's going to be a doozy. We're going to be doing some contracts, a bunch of grass contracts. Don't want to miss that. We'll still be in April. Big grass equipment, which will be fun. So yeah, you don't want to miss that. And the best way not to miss that is to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification button. Also, let me know down in the comments what you like about this playthrough, what you want to see, what you don't want to see me do over and over again. And as always, please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Just want to say thank you for watching. Hope you had yourself a good time, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And until I see you next time, take care. Have a good one. Goodbye.